man, anything you want to film, go for it. I don't expect no money. I won't be calling you for no cash.
I will owe you a beer though, since we give you one.
Hey, you give me a beer, I'll take that.
So, Drew Fitch here with Sammy Hawkins, Sammy's dad, interviewing for the Motorsports C100 class. Give me a day in the life of Sammy Hawkins.
Day in the life of Sammy Hawkins. I wake up, back during the movie, after the movie went off, I lost my job at Firestone. It took me 2 years to find work. I found me a job beginning of this year, and been working there ever since. I get up in the morning, like everyone else, get dressed, go to work. I work anywhere from 8 to 12 hours a day. I come home to my 2 kids that I love more than anything in the world, Jared and Rose, and my old lady Christina, and my 21-year-old daughter. She's the one in the movie that I was putting Brittany on the side of the car. I finally got reunited with her. She's living with me now. Basically, I'm like anyone else, man. I just get up out of bed, I go to work, come home. If I got some spare time, I jump on my car, work on it. I'd always told Dad he'd take us to the track, and I said, Wednesday, Dad, I'm out there doing that. And he's like, oh, okay, like any other kid, just spouting on. So I bought this old Olds 88, and I started getting it. Hell, it still had a grill in it, the radio still worked in the dash. Put a 4-point cage in it. I called Dad and told him, I said, you need to be at the track on 4th of July. He said, well, I'm going there anyway. I said, well, you really got to be there now. I said, I got a surprise for you. He said, well, what is it? I said, just show up, you'll find out. So I get to the track. I painted this car orange and took a paintbrush and painted yellow number 26 on the side of it, just with a paintbrush. I said, now you watch for number 26. Mom knew, I told her about it. And I get out on the track and it's figure 8. For the first 2-3 years, I didn't drive an oval race. I drove figure 8 only. I made it about 8-9 laps in that first race I ever raced. Got a little too ballsy. Come to the crossover and looked, and the dust was offline. I couldn't see anything. I said, the hell with it, I'm going. LA went through, I can make it too. I got in the middle of that crossover and looked to my right. I'm like, this motherfucker. They hit me, looked at my car all the way up off the ground. I spun around. Then another car got me from the other side, spun me back the other way. It was on from there. I was hooked. The first time, I'd done 2 films with the producer, John Allen. The first one was called Main Street USA. It was right after 9/11. It was like 2 years after. And they was driving through Anderson and seen my car. It was heated up, looked like a crushed beer can with flags hanging off the back of it. And he asked if I'd be interested in doing a film for HBO DCTV out of New York. I said, whatever, man, I said, this is bullshit. Came from my chain. I walked up on the porch and he said, well, no, look. I turned around and looked, and they was driving a vehicle with HBO on the side of it. Well, hell, I'd put that on the side of my car. He pulls his car out with the wall. The person with him did too. And I'm like, bullshit, no. So they filmed the first one. There was like 5 or 6 of us racers. And they asked us about how we were living our lives after 9/11, this, that, and the other. Well, that kind of opened up the door. That's what opened the door for HBO. And after that, we got a little more media attention. Where they was talking about the riders of the track. Local cable channels went out and they would film our races, but they never focused on just me. They focused basically on the winners and things like that. They didn't focus on all the riders. Back then, I wasn't doing shit. I was out there having fun.
Yeah.
I would like to, but I didn't have the money like the other guys. So basically, I was just doing it for fun. Well, they tried to portray me and Christina basically as alcoholics because we had moonshine, My family's all from like Kentucky, Tennessee, Missouri. Hell, half of them were shine riders and shit like that. Just because they had a jar of moonshine, they kind of based it on that. They made us look like we was dumb hillbillies, which I'm not. mean, I could outwork any of them, I guarantee it. I mean, I love my job. I went to Iowa Tech, I learned a lot there. I've got 20 years maintenance experience. He just kind of made us look kind of stupid. He tried to portray us as stupid.
Do you think the other drivers felt the same way?
Yeah. Some of them were pissed off about the way they were portrayed on there, but it kind of helped us because it gave us media attention. It kind of boosted us a little.
Sure.
But in the same aspect, you've got 50% of people at Anderson think it looked like a bunch of dumbasses made Anderson look bad. We didn't make Anderson look bad. People running Anderson made Anderson look bad. They're the ones that fucked up all the jobs. There's no jobs. There's no place for the kids to go. There's a bowling alley. This is about it. Mall, there ain't hardly nothing left there. I mean, there's nothing for the kids to keep themselves out of trouble. But I think they did good with the way they showed it. I mean, they told the truth, but Anderson didn't like it. The city didn't like it. John Alford was a good talker, and I like him. Don't get me wrong. It's his job to make money. It's his job to get people to pose for him while he films. He's a good guy. I believe he could have done us a little. I mean, my name's all over the internet. They're selling board games, they're selling t-shirts, they're selling movies, they're selling all this shit. Where's my cut, man? You know, that's my face, that's my name, where's my part? Well, I don't want to be rich. I just like my kids to be comfortable. Instead of me having to bust my ass, and at the end of the week when I get my paycheck, I'm like, hell, what am I going to do for another week? You know, I'm broke now, I just pay my bills. I don't care to ever be rich. I don't want to be like a snob.
You have, of course, with the big series like NASCAR, IndyCar, you have the big guys like Elio and the Bush brothers and all those. As far as your celebrity status around the area, I mean, obviously we talked to the manager here. She recognized the name immediately. How did your celebrity status? How was it affected by the HBO documentary?
Everybody recognizes me a lot now. I mean, before nobody knew who the hell I was except at the racetrack. Now I go out and people's like, hey, that's Sammy Hawkins, you know. It's like, I'm still just Sammy Hawkins from Anderson, Indiana, man. You know, I'm not Brad Pitt or nothing. No, just
pretty close to it. I know your dad's laughing at that one. As far as sponsor attention, did you?
I got more sponsor, yes. I got more sponsor attention. Then I had some quacks call me. There was a guy named Casey Webb call and say, I can get you a deal with this guy and this guy, you know, get you hooked up. Well, I checked him out online and come to find out about he was a scam artist. He'd been doing it to a lot of people. But then I also ran into some people that actually did give me some good sponsorships. Joe Brandon, a friend of mine, he owns a log cabin resort in Northwestern Indiana. He put full sponsor last year. I ran his clothes and his name and stuff, and that gave me like a brand new car, basically. I mean, everything on it got replaced. Before, I had a lot more money to put into the car, so I was making twice what I am now, so I had more money. So now I depend on my sponsors. The money I make at work has to go towards my bills and things, and the rest, you know, is dependent upon sponsors and dad.
So you sort of learned the hard way that racing isn't just about driving well, it's half driving and half business.
Yeah. One other thing that happened since all that happened is my mother passed away. She's been gone since August. And she was a big part of the racing too, because when I was growing up, Mom was really into the IndyCar. She was close friends with Pancho Hart, AJ Mario Andretti. Really. She was friends with all them drivers. I met a lot of them drivers because of my mom. She was actually my stepmother, but she was more like a mom to me than anybody. I did my own mother. So that was my mom. She was a big part in the racing too. So when Dad got together, it was perfect. Dad loved racing, she loved racing, we loved racing. We all miss her. I just want to make sure she got through.